Yeah. So for our next one, basically this article we've linked to it comes from CNET, and it just says exactly what we're going to talk about. New movies coming out in 2021, Netflix, Marvel, etc. A lot of them are postponed. So, not that we always talk about movies on this channel. We talk about a lot of different stuff here, but one of the things we do enjoy, we join video games, as you guys know, and tech and aviation, but we do also like movies. And if anyone is wondering, of course, we haven't been in the theater in quite a while, so we are looking forward to going and see some movies in the theater. So I mean, there's some things that just came out like Mortal Kombat that are obviously streaming that was a movie, right?
Right.
That would have come out in theaters, but regardless, there are some we wanted to see. So the article here from CNET just kind of kicks off the conversation that just as we had hoped that that COVID would not last so long in terms of everything really, right? Businesses, going out to eat, whatever it might be, as far as we quote normal life movies is in there. And so a lot of things have been postponed all the way from Godzilla, Marvel, Black Widow, at least how they were going to be released. You know,
Sure.
if we go further along to things we really were looking forward to see, like Top Gun 2, there's some Matrix things coming up. Obviously, any of the Marvel movies that could be good. So yeah, things have been delayed. One thing that first comes to mind if we look, so if we go to the next article that we linked for you guys down below is the IMDb calendar.
Right.
So it's a good place to kind of keep track of really all the movies, depending on independent of genre. And down there, I know there's a few. I know Mike's gonna mention some, but looking through here, things that I was looking forward to. Obviously, Dune is really high on my list.
Sure.
Top Gun's
Check
up
one
there
off
as well.
So Dune is an October 1 release, October 1st,
And
which is
so all the things we say now are currently what they are like right now.
right.
So if we just kind of move down, I'll pick a few as I go. So as I kind of move down the list, A Quiet Place 2, the 28th of May. Now that's pretty soon,
Which
but that
means a
movie
summer release.
had a good release the first A Quiet Place,
Right.
and then the second one's coming as well. So I'm gonna watch the first one again and look forward to that one as well. If we go down a little bit more, if you guys now are interested in the Fast and Furious, it's been a long going franchise, still quite popular with a lot of different different demographics. The 25th of June, that's when that one's coming.
So here's something funny though. They named this one F9, and you know what the airline code for Frontier is? F9. Just strange. One of those things.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
So Frontier is coming out in June.
Yes, Frontier is coming out in June.
Good.
You got Snake Eyes, right?
I know Snake Eyes. Where was that again?
That is Snake Eyes is July 20th.
Snake Eyes in July. Snake Eyes in July. Yeah. I know Mike was gonna say Black Widow.
We missed one.
We did wanna.
We missed one. We missed one. Jungle Cruise. Actually, I just saw it in the list. Jungle Cruise is July 30th.
Yeah, which Jungle Cruise.
Disney's got big money on that one, so that's another one.
They do. If you guys haven't seen that, it's got The Rock and Emily Blunt, based loosely on a Jungle Cruise, as Mike said, from Disneyland's theme park ride, Jungle Cruise. So that's also coming out. Snake Eyes, if you're old enough or the right age to remember G.I. Joe, Snake Eyes is one of those guys,
right?
He's got an origin movie coming out in July 23rd.
Then you got what's your other one that Ryan Reynolds has got one coming out, which is
yes, and as I go a bit down, and then I'll hand it over to you as well. But I wanted to point out, the 13th of August, Free Guy. That's been delayed a little bit too. I think just once now. But that's if you're not aware, that's got our man Ryan Reynolds or Deadpool or whatever you want to be.
Yep.
He's been the Green Lantern, and he's been the Flame. No, what's Johnny Blaze. He's been a few different things. But anyway, there you go. That's basically where he's in a video game, and he's an NPC in a video game. But then he kind of like wakes up and is like, "I'm in a video game.
I'm in a video game, right?"
And he kind of wakes up. So that could be cool. There are some other ones, but I'm going to pass over to Mike so he can continue.
So just a couple. Well, you got Dune on that one. I got October 8th. I got No Time to Die. James Bond, obviously making its return to the big screen, and I'm just wondering how well it's going to perform because. So here's the ones that are going to really hit, and I'm going to say this is why we're in the winter blockbuster, because this is going to come up in fall. But hey, half the country is pretty cold in November at this point, so you're going to have No Time to Die October 8th. You got The Eternals, which is another in the Marvel universe. That's going to be November 5th, which means it's going to be another major release for Disney on their hands.
Yep.
We have Ghostbusters Afterlife, which was one that you had on your list. I put it on my list.
Yeah, could be cool.
That's November 11th. Then we have November 19th is going to be Top Gun Maverick, right? So that's a big one on the list. And then
been delayed how many times now? 3 times?
3 times? And look, obviously, it's gonna follow the same formula that we've always seen in these style movies, Days of Thunder, the same I'm sure it's gonna be the exact same thing. So there's that. And then there was a Matrix movie. Which one was the Matrix movie? Because there's also
Matrix 4 is set December 22.
Right. So that's going to be the latest. And I just saw this also on the list. Jackass 4 is coming out October 22nd.
Yeah, I missed it somewhere. But yeah, yep.
Oh, dude, how did we miss this? Wait, this is for next year. Sorry, we didn't miss it. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness is the 25th of March, 2022.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
As we get into the 2022, all the dates are kind of still up in the air, at least right now with the pandemic. I mean, if you go all the way out to May, the next Thor movie's in May next year. But I mean, it's kind of like, I mean, we'll see. But yeah, there's some. I guess what we're saying is there's a bunch of big movies that have either been delayed or still upcoming. And not just from Marvel, but just everybody's got movies that have been put on the back burner. So movies that have been done shooting for a while now, and they're just waiting.
Sure. So look, here's my big question, right? Does F9, Fast 9, does it make that multi-million-dollar splash, or is it do they see this movie come out and make, say, I don't know, $250,000 or $250 million, $250 million or so, and they go, wow, that's as good as we're gonna do in the post-COVID era, at least in something that's considered a summer blockbuster. And I'm really curious to see what that gauge is gonna be for the summer blockbuster to come back this year, when they actually first say, okay, this one has made a dent in what we thought we were gonna see, right? As far as a blockbuster summer kind of thing, because winter looks like it's going to be the real one, right? Looks like winter's going to be the one where you're going to get the heavy hitters coming.
Yeah, exactly. And there was a lot of these, like we mentioned, there was a lot of these movies that were set for summertime movies, summertime blockbusters. Right. If I'm not mistaken, I mean, Top Gun 2 is going to be sometime in the summer.
Oh yeah.
Just obviously it's not. So Mike, just what Mike said there is totally true. A lot of things are still coming out in the summer, but there are a lot of the big summer blockbusters that you would think have been moved to the fall. And as we mentioned, as example, like Black Widow. Black Widow's been done filming for a long time.
Long time.
Now it's coming out in July, but wasn't it supposed to honestly come out like Christmas time, last Christmas or something?
I thought it was.
It's been a long time.
I thought it was.
I think, unless I'm mistaken, they had to actually change some of the Falcon and Winter Soldier show on TV. If you guys know that miniseries they showed on TV, I think they had to change some of that because there was going to be some references to that.
That had to be
references
changed
to the Black Widow. And obviously Black Widow never came out. So, I mean, it's just,
We missed one. November 24th is Resident Evil. Welcome to Raccoon City. So that's another one. So here, right, look. So what you're feeling, right? My feeling is we're going to be at hybrid launches where you're really not going to look at the revenue from a movie in its actual theatrical release for another year and a half, where people can actually say, wow, look at this worldwide theatrical release and how much money it made, because I don't think you're going to have that. I think you're going to have some sort of hybrid release in the movies going all the way probably to 2022, where they take numbers that maybe they do, hey, it's going to have like 4 to 6 weeks in the theaters, and then they're going to go to a digital streaming service where you're going to pay a premium price to watch it at home, and that way they're going to come up with some sort of hybrid numbers for what an actual summer/winter blockbuster is going to make. That's my thought. I think that's the only way they can really get away with it.
Yeah, I think from my perspective, I think kind of tagging along just what you said is COVID's obviously upturned everything, and how much the movies make in terms of like opening weekend or full price they bring in around the world is all going to change, because let's just say that the U.S. was good to go, theaters were open, and we're good to go. Well, just take a quick look at India. India's going through COVID number 3 or whatever, right? So, and there's no way they'd be in theaters.
No.
So I think just what you said, how it's just going to be different, how either it's a hybrid release or rather hybrid numbers in terms of how the companies that make the movies decide how successful they are or not. I think it's still going to be a bit in flux, even for them too. Because this whole opening weekend thing. Well, it's not too particular to say that movies opened up the same day all around the world, because that's not the case either.
Sure.
It was always a little bit different here, and
correct.
Movies that, for example, movies that went to China sometimes had to be edited to different things taken out. So it was all a little bit in flux. But
here's an interesting thing though. December 22nd is going to be a massive day because you're gonna have The Matrix 4,
Oh,
The
geez,
Kingsman,
yeah.
Sherlock Holmes 3, Wicked, Sing 2, Downton Abbey 2, okay, and A Journal for Jordan, which
That's 7 movies? Yeah,
yeah,
7 openings on the same day.
7 openings on the same day. So I think that's gonna, like, I'm looking at right now, I'm saying in my mind, between October and December, you should really see where the movie industry is going to fall for the future setup of 2022, where let's see what's going to happen and how other major releases are going to do. And hey, for the folks that are watching at home, let us know in the comments below what you think, what movies you're looking out for, and what movies you think are going to be the best performers. Because I think F9, while it's going to do well, I'm putting my money on Maverick for being this year's winner. Maverick and The Matrix 4, I think, are the two that are going to be neck and neck when it all settles out for the most amount of money that they make. Could be wrong, but those are my two. Ooh, Dune and Dune.
Yeah, I mean, Dune. If you know about Dune, you read the movies, you maybe read the books, watched the movies in the past. Dune's really good. I mean, I'm also very much looking forward to Dune. Maverick's also obviously a huge movie too. Leading up to my perspective leading up to the fall. I know you mentioned the 22nd. That's certainly true. Just the week before that, Spider-Man's coming out.
Yes.
All by itself. And that's the 17th. So that's going to be pretty big too, I think.
It's going to be up there. Yeah.
And that'll be a little bit of a bellwether to tell you whether or not the fall, in terms of the 22nd, is going to, how big, what's the turnout going to be, right? Because if anybody's going to come out for anything that's pre-Christmas, it's the only movie out on that day, and it's Spider-Man, which people love Spider-Man. So that's the 17th. So we'll see.
Yeah. I agree.
Obviously, like I said, Maverick in November is just before Thanksgiving. That's also going to be huge.
I mean, here it is
in terms of what's going to happen in December. So, yeah, I think November, December is going to, we'll see.
You're going to get hit really hard. You're going to have Ghostbusters Afterlife, Top Gun, King Richard. Yeah, I mean, there's going to be some major hits in there. But like I said, I think Top Gun, I think it's going to have, first of all, look at the lead-in time. Look at how much anticipation there is. Look at the movies that have made it to the streaming jump, right? Like, look at how well Mortal Kombat has done, right? So there's been a few movies that have made that jump very successfully. Now, I'm also going to throw out kudos to Disney, because Disney, I think, was the first one at the very onset of the pandemic to actually just open up the floodgates and just make major releases straight to their service. Right?
Yeah, what was it?
It was a cartoon movie by Pixar.
What's that?
It was that cartoon movie about the elves and Pixar. And I'm trying to, the name of the movie is not ringing a bell, but it was a good movie. And it was actually fantastic. And they did well with that. So, Spider-Man, Google
EBY,
Find Home.
Spider-Man, Google Find Home.
No Way Home.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, my thought on that is it's definitely multiverse. Spider-Man's going to set up the multiverse hardcore for Phase 4, but
there you go.
We'll get there.
We'll see how it all works out. Hey, folks, remember, like, subscribe, follow. Let us know in the comments below what you think, and let us know which one you think's going to take home the biggest blockbuster smashes for this coming / summer winter release period, thanks to COVID. So, and we'll see how much the actual movie theaters come back to life. That'd be real interesting to see. You know what would also be really interesting to see where there's life, Corey?
I don't.
This is for you. You're taking this one. Take